Hi guys, we are back with a bang and snap. I feel like we've been snapping like behind closed doors and not sharing with you guys. So guys, welcome back to Conversations with Ndombi and Sipo, to our podcast. You know, we can't do the whatever because it's not about that. We are snapping everything. So the topic for today is, it actually came up with Mr. Toto Sipo, which is, what is self-worth? So I am going to define it. So self-worth basically means, this is from the dictionary, having a sense of self-worth means that you value yourself, and have a sense of self-value means that you are worthy. For example, a feeling that you are a good person who deserves to be treated with respect. So but that's what I get from the dictionary. So why did you choose this topic, or what is self-worth like?
Yes. Okay. I think first of all, there's something wrong with our voices. I know I've got flu because we've been playing in some water in the middle of the night. So it's fine. So with the voices, I'm just saying, the confidence.
Maybe
the
it's the man voice, like maybe.
I think one of the reasons, because it was one of the reasons I chose this topic, self-worth. I think we spend a lot of time. Our self-worth or our self-esteem being challenged, being given different challenges in life. You know, whether it's unemployment, whether it is coming from a broken relationship, whether it is losing a parent, whether it is trying to find yourself, you know. So I think there are a lot of things that happen that break or attack it worth your to, you know. I think it's easy to find people, it's easy to find me being in a negative situation, it's easy to find yourself saying life is not fair, you know. Today, I mean, just only a day, you can go through a lot of things that are painful or that are negative. You can have 5 challenges a day, you know. So at times I think because of how life is set up, you know, we spend so much time focusing on the negatives because they are there. Not that we're saying that you are creating them. And sometimes we ignore the positive things that build, you know, self-worth, you know. And then you'll find that at times to build our self-worth, like to build yourself to be a confident person, to build yourself to be a person of value, you know, at times we wait for something big to happen, you know. It's like you wait for a job to have to be employed, then your self-worth is something built.
Confidence builds.
You wait for someone to be in a relationship with, then your self-worth happens. But in the meantime, these things are not happening. What are you going to do? You know what? So I think it's this part of trying to, for myself, for you, for anyone, to be able to build self-worth for yourself. You know, I mean, we're coming from a time whereby for a good 5 months, like, there was no church. You know, for many people were going to church. So who was building your self-worth? Because you were not going to church.
It's not the pastor. You were not the pastor.
You were not no one was preaching unto you. You were not worshiping with anyone. You was just there at home. You get my point? But we found ways, you get my point, to be motivated. And I think at times we wait so much for the external world to come and validate who we are, to come and give us self-worth. You know, we wait for the pastor to preach. We wait for the parent to give a message, a message of hope. We wait for the job to come. We wait for the friends to acknowledge, you know. But I think self-worth now, at some point, at some stage, we need to teach ourselves. Like, it needs to come from you, you know. Like, we need to start looking at the positives of our lives, as much as we're surrounded by the negatives. But amongst those negatives, we need to, like, find something positive.
External.
Oh, snap. You know,
snap.
Find something that's going to leave you in a positive state, you know. I mean, it spoke about value. Obviously, this is not a manual, you know. What is important to me might not be important to you. You get my point? But I think for me, it's this part of, let us learn to build our self-worth by ourselves. If you believe in God, you should take responsibility of your own life to God. You get my point? In other words, if you believe in God, you must make sure you do that devotion for yourself. Don't wait for that sermon. I'm not saying we must not listen to sermons, but we can't always be postponing things. We can't always be waiting for other people to motivate us, you know. We can't always be waiting for another video at TED. Is it TED Talk?
TED Talks, yeah.
TED Talks, you know, to drop a video before we watch it, you know. I think it's the time of what do you find makes you happy? You get my point? Go and get it for yourself, you know. What do you find that is self-worthy to you, you know? To some people, just walking to the beach, you know. Just
don't say some people, say to you walking to the beach.
I'm also some people,
guys.
Oh, come now.
Like literally while we're shooting, we're watching the ocean. Like our room is facing the ocean, and I think the tranquility. What
is tranquility? Oh snap.
Oh snap. He knows what tranquility means. But be honest.
I use big words that everyone uses. When I use words, we're like, what is that?
Because I get all these big words from you.
I don't know what tranquility is. What is tranquility?
Tranquility is tranquility. Guys, you know what tranquility means. Because of the tranquility that you get from the ocean when you're taking walks, and just the sea breeze calms me down. Like I even think when our relationship started, like he never used to understand what's with you with taking walks, going to the beach and stuff, but it's one of the things that I get a sense of hope, where I value myself, where like I go back. And one thing I like, when I read here, it says that you need to know your strength and your weaknesses. I think it's going back to what you were saying. And sometimes I think we focus so much on the weakness and we forget the strength.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that I've been doing in October is that focusing on my strength and how can I better myself. And if I do have a weakness, try to improve it, but I don't dwell on that weakness.
Yeah. Because I think it's this part of you, like I know myself, you know yourself better than anyone else, you know, so you might as well put in the effort for yourself. You know, it's like if it's like people who believe in training, you know, who want to be or gym, but like to be from my feet. You get my point?
Just like
they have to wake up a bit in and go to the streets and run or go to the gym.
The commitment.
Like there must be an effort that you make. You get my point? And I think at times we've been taught to be lazy. You know, the fact that we must wait until someone comes and say, Sipo, Mamel, you are worth it. You get my point? You will make it. You know, I think at times we sort of outsource our growth to other people. You get my point? And I'm saying, if you believe in God, you take yourself to God. Or when the Holy Spirit comes and say, hey, let's do it, you respond onto that moment. You get my point? Before, you buy that book. As much as you don't have money to buy that book, find something else to build your worth. You get my point? And I think it's those issues of amongst the negatives, find the positives. You get my point? Amongst the, I've met like recently I met a guy who lost his mother, you know, and this guy was more positive and more happy, more than me. And I was like, but he's going through a lot, you know. But he was like, listen, this has happened. You get my point? But if my mother was still around, she wouldn't want me to give up. She will want me to be positive. Now, he's not saying that he's ignoring the pain. No, he's dealing with the pain in a more positive manner by continuing chasing his dreams. You get my point? And I think at times we can focus on the negatives because they are there. There are many negatives in anyone's life, but if just find that one positive that will make you happy, day by day.
And I like this, baby, where it says, where's this? Put in the time to give to yourself, like self-care. I think it goes back to self-care. Like, for example, I think it's something that he was shouting at me as well, that I push myself to the core, to a point that I could break down anytime. I don't give time to myself. And if you don't give time to yourself, like for example, you'll feel less worthy because you don't care, like when's an aranjani, yabo. And which
sorry to cut you off. I think on that part of putting in time to yourself, you know, those are the times that I feel that we neglect because of traditions. You get my point? Putting in time to self, watching my favorite movie, I could be putting time to myself, you know, going reading my favorite book, you know, going to watch a movie. I'm putting time to myself. It does not have to be a huge thing. You know, it doesn't have to go
I
back
think
to
Tina,
school and study for 5 hours. Not that it's wrong to study, but I'm saying that
5 hours. Wow, guys.
there are
You
things.
hurt because
There are things that you do, that they might look small to us, but they make you happy,
I think that
which is important. Like playing by yourself. To everyone be like, what are you doing? But if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. You get my point? Putting time to yourself, you get my point? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just making an example.
because I feel like as much as we speaking, like you dropping bars to me, and like, do you get the point? Ndombi, do you get the point?
Yeah, by the way, I've stopped that thing of, do you get my point?
You've been saying it.
Because
guys,
you guys see me now in town and like, hey,
you get my point. You get my point.
So I'm trying to minus that.
And how about when you say it, like you give me money?
No.
Yeah, but
No, I'll lose money.
So guys, like, just know your strengths and weaknesses, and like put in time for yourself. Like self-care is very, very important. And I think before like we say goodbye or anything and snapping everything, is that there's something that you said that but when you put in time for yourself, don't wait for the pastors or don't wait for other people in order for you to have self-worth. I think the issue is that we rely on other people, like,
to come in.
then you start getting self-worth. Sis, speak to yourself. Dude, speak to yourself. Like, teta now. Like, sometimes I even like stand in front of the mirror and I'm like, you are worthy, you are beautiful. There's nothing that can stop you. Like if you believe in yourself, and don't, you can do anything. You can break any types of barriers. And I feel like that as we start off like this week, we need to know our self-worth. Don't let people, like, in a way like Baba Demi, like, tell you that you are not worthy. Because we, like in South Africa, I don't want to say in South Africa, but as a whole, we live in such a like society, like people just make you feel unworthy. And now we are saying stop. Like, stop.
Yeah, I think the very same power that we give to people to have a say of our lives, over our lives, should be the very same power that we switch them off when we don't want to hear them. You get my point? Because people feel entitled to sorry, people feel entitled to comment onto your life, whether it's social media or whether to your face,
and tell you how to live.
People feel entitled to criticize, even if we do a hairstyle, like someone thinks that's their duty to say, I and one. You get my point? It's a joke, but people feel entitled. And we open that door to people to, we take so much criticism. The very same effort that we give for them to criticize them should be the very same effort to be like, not today. You get my
and
point?
Why, sorry to cut
And should be the very same effort, should be the very same effort that you do. You get my point? To plow to yourself. You get my point? Because I think we are living in a society where we really, really we listen to the noise of people too much, that we don't listen to our own voice. So I'm simply saying,
that's deep.
It's high time that our voice must be the ones who are echo more in our lives. You get my point? You can say a lot of stuff. People can say a lot of stuff. That's good. That's noise. Even family. You get my point?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Even friends,
even church members, even
guys.
Even just man, you can say a lot.
Even your lovers.
Yeah, even media. You get my point? But it's high, even the partner that you're with. You get my point? But it's high time that even your voice, you get my point, should be the one that is more dominant. So instead of listening to 10,
other way around.
Yeah, listen to 10 people saying this is who Sipho is, my own voice must be more dominant to myself more than other people. Snap that.
I snap that. It's more dominant. So basically, in a nutshell, what Sipho is trying to say is that block the noise. Listen to your inner voice, which needs to be dominant. Yeah,
Not to say that we must not take people's advices.
Yeah.
Because people's advices are good.
I think take the good and then.
Not to say that we must not listen to other people preaching. Not to say we must not listen to other people's suggestions. Not to say we must not watch our favorite YouTubers. It's good, But amongst all of that, your voice must be stronger than other people. You get my point? I think we don't trust ourselves enough. You get my point? It's high time, but like my voice is gonna be more dominant than other people. You get my point? I mean, you can say as my partner, Sipo, this is the kind of person that you are. I agree. But what about me?
What
get my
are
point?
you saying
what
yourself?
am I saying about myself? You get my point? And those are the times that you become honest to yourself. Those are the times that you start tackling crazy dreams. You know, those are the times that, because you know, like I always say, these things, like we put on a mask too much for other people. Let's take off the mask and start being dominant. You get my point? If
That
you take
is
off the mask
deep.
and I'm ugly to you, I'm beautiful to myself.
Like,
my voice is more stronger than you know, okay, obviously I'm not beautiful, but I'm just saying,
you're
you know,
handsome.
I'm not handsome. I'm electrifying. You get my point? Even if you give me that look, my voice is more stronger than Tombi in my life.
No, like guys,
I'm applying it now. This thing.
No,
Snap.
I'm just
no. Starts here. Starts here.
And I'm on and each of it, but the fact that your English sometimes electrifies me. It electrifies me. That's the thing. But guys, we are snapping everything, and we just want to say we're sorry that we haven't been posting, but oh snap, we're back, and thank you very much.
And by the way, we are not experts, so obviously you might not agree. You might agree. If you, I mean, the fact that you're gonna comment and say, "Hi, guys, you need something time." Yeah, I know it's fine. You know,
It's
like
fine.
we're just sharing views here.
Yes.
And at the same time, as much as we are sharing views, your views must echo more.
Yeah,
must echo more. You know.
La lightning, yeah. But but bye, guys. Peace.
Oh snap!
We're snapping self-worthy. Bye.